Thank you. We're going over to Mrs. Eden, our Finance Director, for her update. 3 minutes, 4 minutes short.
I was going to say
good
for
evening.
the 3-minute update.
All right.
Well, good evening. Thank you, Steve. I'm going to be giving you a brief overview of what the Finance Department does for the city. The Finance Department is made up of 3 divisions. It's the General and Development Accounting Division, Budget and Revenue, and Purchasing Division. And I'll be giving you a brief overview of what each division's responsibilities are. For the General and Development Accounting Division, they're responsible for the preparation of the annual financial statements, the processing of accounts payable, which is approximately 19,000 payments annually, payroll for all city staff, which is approximately 21,000 paychecks annually. We oversee the investments and daily banking. Our investment portfolio is estimated at about $220 million, and we have an outside consultant that helps us manage that portfolio, and that's Chandler Asset Management. And we also oversee the management of the long-term debt, and that's to ensure the bond compliance. And we also assist with the calculation of the tax levies on special assessments. The Budget and Revenue Division is responsible for the annual budget and capital improvement program. The Accounts Receivable Division processes approximately 1,000 invoices annually. Business licenses, they process approximately 11,000 licenses annually. And the general cashiers for all departments of the city. They are also responsible for the citywide schedule of fees and charges, which was completed recently in April of 2013. And we also use a consultant to assist us with that, and that's Revenue Cost Specialist. Purchasing is responsible for the procurement of supplies, services, and equipment. They process approximately 1,200 purchase orders annually, as well as 240 contracts, and they conducted over 90 bids this last year. The Purchasing Division strives to make it easy to do business with the city. They do this by having, one, a supplier information form online so that businesses can fill out this information, and next time we have a bidding opportunity for them, we'll advance them information so they can participate in it. We also have a list of bidding opportunities that are on our city website. There's also information on the bid specifications, the basis for bid awards, and also some other helpful hints in getting those bids awarded to them. Having difficulties here. The city also has a local bidder preference program. City Council determined it's in the best interest of the city to give minimal preference to local businesses. Qualifying local vendors bid will be reduced by 5%. Applicable to purchase of materials, supplies, equipment, and contracts for maintenance work and other general services. Total purchases must be $200,000 or less, and purchases greater than $200,000, the city can take into consideration the 1% sales tax to be returned to the city to take that into consideration for the bid. Also, to qualify as a vendor, you must have a fixed facility within the city limits, 1 or more employees, and a current city business license. The Finance Department is also responsible for preparing 2 of the most important documents that the city has. The first one is the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, and this is one of our reports that has received for 22 consecutive years a certificate from GFOA, which is the Governmental Finance Officers Association's award for preparing an outstanding document that is in compliance with all of the rules and regulations. We also use an independent outside auditor for this report, and this is a report that is submitted to Council every December. The second report is the annual budget and 5-year capital improvement program. This also has received an award, and it has for the last 9 years consecutively. And the budget workshop was recently presented to you, and tonight we are proposing or it was just adopted. So that concludes my report.
Thank you. I do have a question regarding the awards that are on there. Is that normal for most cities to go 22 years, 9 years? Or?
On the budget, it is not so much. On the CAFR It is very common, and with the CAFR, it's important because it helps you when you are going out for bond financing or any type of financing. This is a report that lenders look to make sure that your finances are in compliance and have received that award. So it does mean something.
Very good. And in regards to putting in bids, you said that a company can sign up, and then when you're going out to bid, they'll automatically be notified that that's taking place. So they don't have to keep coming back to the website to check. And
No, they do not.
That's a nice benefit right there.
Yes, and all of this information is on the website under the Finance Department.
But I'll bet the most important and the most desirous item you listed tonight for employees is the 21,000 checks issued annually. So thank you for the report. I really appreciate it. And Mr. Haley has a question.
Yeah. Mrs. Eden, we had discussed you and I, and again, the city treasurer, Randy Fox, we've often discussed the CAFR report, the Comprehensive Annual Fiscal Report. And if I recall, we talked about the fact that the budget is something that we are going to attempt to do, and this report is a year-end review of how well we did. Could you comment upon that and how well we did as opposed to the budget for last year?
For this current fiscal year, we don't have any of that information together, and I don't have any of that information readily available for me, but it is part of the CAFR. There is a section that will take what was budgeted and compare it to what the actual was at the end of the year, but I would be happy to get back to you on that.
Well, I apologize if I asked you something, but it's safe to assume that we did very, very well, and having a close relationship with the Finance Department for 10 years. I know you guys do a good job. It's been said that if you get your name in the paper, it's always wonderful, except for the Finance Department. It's never good. And you've kept your name out of the paper, so you've done an outstanding job, and we thank you.
Thank you.
Report.